Well, there you are again. Charlie Greer podcast. I do this every day today. So, 250th episode. Whoa. Whoa. Before we start, please like, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel, which you do. The information in the description for Cash App and Zelle. Hook me up. I need support. I'm an independent content creator, so I need a lot of support. I don't know why my camera's acting so funny, or my lighting, or whatever. Yeah, 250th episode. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, I'm sorry about the lighting situation. Let's see, maybe if I pull it back. Oh well. So yeah, 250. Yeah, it's every day I'm doing this. Today I'm doing. Yeah, congrats to me. And thank everybody out there. Thank you, all my followers. Let's recap. I do have the name for the followers that were a month back or two. Let's see the Frostbiters. The name of my followers, Frostbiters. This is what they came up with. See? The Chompers. Yep. The 11s. Hey, the 11. Chuck Bucks. The Mosh Pit, of course. Gnarly Beers. Well, perhaps. Superstars. And the CDG. So all y'all, thank you. 250 episodes. Here's the 250 more. Quite honestly, I thought it'd be more popular by 250, but well, I guess I'm not that talented. Oh well, I'm gonna try better. But yeah, 250. I started doing this in May. Yeah, May of this year. This year's been last year. Well, no, last year. I'm sorry. May of 2022. I've been wanting to do a podcast forever. I've been doing stuff on YouTube since 2006 maybe. As soon as it came on, I was putting up like music stuff and this, that, and the other. A lot of it's been banned or taken down. If you want to see one of my music videos, YouTube, Charlie Greer Pity Now. Charlie Greer Pity Now. That was the last video that I made for my last album. I didn't make it. Actually, some dude made it for me. But so I've been doing YouTube a lot. But I was really serious about doing it in like 2000. I thought I was going to start in 2017. And I was thinking it through too much. I wanted to, I didn't have the gear. I wanted better equipment. I wanted to go out in LA and do certain things. And, I was on in 2017 or 18, I was on the Adam the Woo's channel. I've been on a bunch, just briefly mentioned on podcasts back and then and then I realized, you know what? That's a lot to do. That's a lot of driving in the traffic. Pardon me. What do I have? What am I good? I'm good at ranting. Just sit in front of a camera. My laptop has a camera on. Just sit in front of that and rant like a madman. So that's what I do. I don't know why the lighting is so bad. Maybe that's it. That's driving me crazy. So, yeah, I thought that I would be doing different things, but what are you going to do? You think it through. I was going to do a different type of format. I was going to do a couple. One was going to be on Hollywood Boulevard. I was just going to interview tourists, go right down on Hollywood Boulevard, right at Hollywood and Highland, and just get people's stories. What are you doing? What are you in town for? What are you party? Whatever. And I'm sure people do that, but then I was thinking, it's like, wait a minute, everybody goes and videotapes Buddy Holly's grave or, whatever, that's a lot of driving around, I used to love to travel. Now that I'm older, it's like, oh my God. I mean, I've done a lot of, driving. So yeah, I thought, again, what can I do? What do I have? Well, I got me. That well runneth over. Okay, that's never gonna run dry. If you're searching for things to, again, I do want to do some of these things, but I also know that, like, you're looking for, so you're chasing. Now I don't want to be, I'd rather do my own thing. Again, I want to involve people, and I want to, do other stuff. But the format for me is doing this, just sitting in front of a camera, laptop, and having a conversation with people. I mean, I know that sounds crazy because you're not really, anyway. And try to connect, try to be genuine, try to be not, don't be too, I don't dress up. I don't, and quite honestly, this year has been brutal as far as like my finances and stuff. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, which you do, information's in the description for Cash App and Zelle. I want to be doing this full time. I want to do 2 of these a day. One in the early day and one at night. If I get the right support, if I end up getting monetized, whatever, I checked out, I got like, I'm halfway monetized just from people, like I got like 2,000 hours of view time. You need 4,000. So I don't have that many subscribers, but I'm like halfway as far as like my view time. So this is what I want to be doing. This is what I'm best at anyways. It's like I figured out, like, this is my niche. This is what I need to be doing. Granted, it's not for everybody. I get that. I mean, I'm not like a delusional, like this lighting thing that's going on. I need better equipment. I need help. I need this. I need that. But what I've done on my own, I mean, again, this is my 250th episode. Sorry about my hair. My hair's all, I need a haircut. I probably need to dye my hair. This is the first time that I've ever let the gray grow out. I don't like it, but it's real. I want to be real, so I don't want to be all, jet black hair. I'm 51. Actually, in a few weeks, I'll be 52. But I also didn't realize like how hard it would be to do this every day. It's tough. You have to, and I'm not belly aching or complaining, but you have to rearrange your life. You have to be determined, try it for like a week. Just try it, it's more than I thought. And it's affected my, the past year, 2022 was, besides my podcast and seeing some old friends around here, man, 2022 was a son of a bitch. Mostly on my finances, mostly on, certain things. Like, I'm used to doing certain things. I'm used to like being able to sell things and flip and this, that, none of that in the whole year. I didn't get one solid sale. I'm used to, get a lump of this and that, whatever. None of that. It's kind of shocking to me. Old friends that know I'm back around have never come by. That's another kind of thing that's disappointing. I know how people are. People move on, whatever. I get it. But yeah, that's just disappointing. But keep my head up. Keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not listening to whatever you should do. No, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Congrats to me, 250 episodes. Dear Lord. And again, maybe, hopefully 250 more, that's what, again, I want to be doing this every day. I mean, I do it every day, but I want to do it like, that's what I do. I want to do it better, I should say. Because this can't, I've plateaued as far as like, well, for one, this equipment's old. If one day you get on YouTube, you don't see me, it's probably because my equipment's crashed. I'm already having problems with my lighting today. If I was able to do what I was doing in LA for over 2 decades, like flipping cars, flipping guitars, I wouldn't ask for any support. But since I'm living in this small town and there's nothing going on, I won't be in this small town very much longer. I know that's coming because I'd only thought I'd be here 3 or 4 months. I've been here. Next month will be a year. So it's time to mosey on. Um, and getting out and about, doing certain things. I when in 2017, when I was bound and determined, I'm going to do my podcast. I actually bought some equipment. I bought like clip-on microphones and this, that, and the other. And I did testing. I filmed stuff. I tested, and I just didn't feel it. To me, it felt fake. It felt like I was doing too much of a performance. Granted, what I'm doing is somewhat a performance, believe it or not. But it's, hey, more of that kind of car sale. That's not gonna. I didn't want to, because these YouTubers, and I like some of these YouTubers. It's just that's not for me, And when I did Adam the Woo's live stream, it was on Hollywood Boulevard. You can look it up. I think it was my birthday. It was like January 29th, 2018. Adam the Woo, live on Hollywood Boulevard. You can find it. I wish I could put a link in there, but anyway. And I'm about an hour in. It's like a 3-hour long, about an hour in. He comes and interviews me. I was at work when I was on I used to be on the microphone salesman in Hollywood. Had like a wireless microphone. Hey, like. And I think to this day, that's his biggest or most viewed video. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure. And I like Adam. And I've been watching his videos forever, and maybe I'll be back on his. Who knows? But that's kind of before even knowing Adam the Woo, that's kind of what I was going to do. The first podcast I was going to do was going to be my gear. I was actually going to, because I used to flip a lot of guitars and amps and this, that, and the other thing, this equipment. And I thought I would just film little vignettes, like 2 or 3 minutes, show the guitar or amp, whatever, and upload it to YouTube to get more sales. Then I was like, do I really want to be known for that? Because then that started popping off. This is around 2010, 2011. And people started doing that. These guys that are really popular. I was like, no, I don't want to be a gear guy. I mean, even though I was selling a lot of gear. And while doing that, I met a lot of cool people. Probably the coolest was Terry Kilgore. Terry Kilgore was in a band with David Lee Roth before Van Halen. He was friends with Eddie Van Halen. Amazing talent. Terry's a cool guy. Wow, man, I love Terry. And from selling, this is around the time I was wanting to film stuff. I would, and this is when I'd allow people, I'd meet them out front of my house, or they'd come to my house before weirdos were, when Craigslist was cool. I'd use Craigslist. And so he came and bought some stuff, and we kind of hit it off. And then without knowing, I was like, hey, you're that guy. Didn't I buy something? Yeah, you bought something from me. I bought something from him. And then it went on maybe 3 or 4 times. So finally we're like, look, I bought a modified Gibson Atlas amp. It's actually a bass amp with like 115. He had modded it, put like two 12-inch speakers in it, like Celestians, like KT88 tubes, these big old tubes. He'd added a master volume. There was only like 3 knobs, it looked like a mad scientist amp. So by the time I bought that from him, we got friendly. He had me over, and I was like, man, I got to meet Eddie. I got to meet Dave. He's like, no, don't come at me that way. And I get that. Then I gave him one of my CDs, and I was like, yeah, here's my CD. He's like, okay. He finally threw it on like a pile of tubes or something in his house. Then like months later, he calls like, oh my God, why didn't you tell me? I love your songs. Let's get together. And then like literally like the next day or two, I dropped my phone in the toilet, like stupid, like blip, 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 blip. It blinked. So I lost his contact. Then I forgot how to get to his house, because he lives like, I think it's above Pasadena, like La Crescenta. I don't even know. It's connected to Pasadena, but it's not. So we lost touch. But that's kind of what's happening now with my YouTube channel. Is people are contacting me that I was a fan of their podcast, and now they're a fan of mine, and it's just like, hey, cool, So I want to do more of that. Again, I'm always going to be doing my rants, my format. But I've plateaued as far as like and a plateau is kind of like a straight line. It's what it is. I am, I know that I'm being, not held down, but shadow banned, whatever it is. Like I know that I'm not, it's not bad as it was, but people can't comment. They can't find me on YouTube. They're unsubscribed. That's you would think the law of averages would dictate certain things that, like, hey, I'd be kind of it's a plateau. So I know that's I need to do a better podcast. Duh. I need to be better lighting, better camera, more. I just got to be doing more. And again, if you want to support the channel, it's in the description for Cash App and Zelle. And thank you for people who have supported me. I appreciate it. I really do. And there's a lot more coming. Of course, we got this Cooking with Scotty beers. We want to do more of those. I'd like to hook him up with equipment so he can do his own, whenever he wants to have to, what I would like and what my goal is to get to the point where I have a dedicated place. Because I'm in this little small studio apartment. I want a dedicated place where I can have things set up so I can have this go when I want. If I'm, set it up in the kitchen or wherever I'm at, my little studio. I want to be doing music. I want to be performing like on the weekends through my podcast, like throwing a gig. But I need support. And that also, just like, share, and subscribe. Tell people. Spread the word. Mention me on your podcast, whatever it is. But I'm gonna need more better. Definitely. But man, 250 episodes. It's a goal you set. It's dedication. You're like, I'm gonna do this. And I'm sorry about that. Again, that's why my lighting's horrible. Maybe if I scoot back, maybe. Is that it? But yeah, my next goal is to literally, do better, like I've been saying, duh, and then do 2 of these. This is what I want to do. I want to dedicate and do this for a living. And I'm not talking about getting rich, I'm just talking about like creating more content. How I'm living now, I can't do it. I mean, it ain't gonna happen. And also, I mean, I went from, and this was deliberate too. I knew that I wanted to start my podcast. I knew I had to buckle down, tighten up my finances, find a cheap little place. That's where I moved here to Illinois, this cheap little apartment. But I need to do more because I need more space. A dedicated like studio. I need a place where it's like, honestly, I'm just sitting in my living room / bedroom / whatever. And there's just not enough room. Also, I have to keep it down because I'm living in this old house. The walls are thin. You can hear every conversation, and there's other things I want to do, which I can't. That's why I've got to I thought I'd be doing better by now. I thought, 6 months in, because I think I'm 9 months in now. I'll be doing a lot better. No. It's tougher than I thought. I'm not for everybody. I get it. My format's not for everybody. I curse. I smoke. I'm haggard, Got a bad attitude. This, all that. I get it. But somebody's got to do it. And I see the horrible content that's on YouTube. I mean, it's flooded with people that don't really know how to speak as far as like engage with an audience. I mean, it boggles my mind that they're succeeding when they're just like, they need to take a vocal lesson or something. They need to. I mean, I take my hat out to them. Hey, they're succeeding, but it's like, damn, is that what people want? See, that's another thing. If people want like mediocre, milk toast, half-assed content, granted, I'm kind of, but that it might not, I might not be for YouTube. Again, my main goal is to have a dedicated website and my own server, so I'm not getting banned or whatever the hell. But that's going to take more support than I think that I could get from YouTube, unless I get monetized and get pop off or whatever. I just don't. I just don't see that happening anytime soon. Granted, I do this for therapeutic reasons. It's like therapy to me, but it's got to change it. I got to change it up. It's like a guitarist. You just can't play that same old riff. You know, I don't care how good it is. Stairway to Heaven. You're still gonna get tired of it. You know. So that's where I'm at now. I am celebrating the 250th episode. I think that's awesome. These small goals in life, like you set goals, and and it's its own reward. You know. Again, I want to do better. It's not like I'm not trying. And I also know that YouTube's like a young man's game, a young person, you know what I'm saying? Like, young people aren't really looking for a gray-haired, haggard old man ranting. You know, that's maybe they are, who knows? But I appreciate everybody that does watch my podcast. I really do. I try to keep in touch. I try to comment on every comment. If I don't think I'm not. That's another thing. They hide my comments. Sometimes I can't comment. They won't let me. I'll check. Am I signed in? Of course I am, and they won't. You know. But again, yeah, I hit 250, and I've got 2,000 hours of watch time, which is pretty cool. Granted, that's nothing for some big YouTube. You know, they'll probably get that in a day. But for little old Charlie Greer, I mean, yeah, it's a because I was, when I first started, getting no views. I'm talking about 0 and 1 and maybe 3. And, you know, I remember I got 8 views. I was like, wow, 8 views. And I still don't. I average around like 20 or 30 views. And that's been going on forever. And people do reach out and like my podcast. And some of these people have bigger podcasts, you know. And I've had people reach out to help me grow my podcast. I might go with some kind of media company. I don't know. We shall see. Again, that takes support. You know, it's just like that. If I was doing what I used to be able to do a year ago, which flipping guitar, like every week I was selling at least 1 or 2 guitars a week. It's not around here. I've posted like some of the guitars I have for sale. I've posted on Facebook groups of towns that I'm in, the town I'm in, and Craigslist around here, this, that, and the other, trying to flip my Mercedes, which I thought would be nothing. It's just like, it's been brutal. Honestly, I can't wrap my head around it because I'm not used to this. This past year, besides my podcast and in hooking up with, you know, old friends and rekindling friendships and stuff, 2022 was tough. There's a lot of change because I left LA to Illinois, which is like, I went from stimulus overload to farm community, basically. And I'm used to being around people with more charm, more drive, more dreamers, you know, whatever you want to call it. Around here, that you ain't gonna get that. So I kind of stick to myself because when I go out town here, it's shocking to me how people act and just argue. And is that everywhere? Comment below. Is that how everybody? I don't. I mean, granted, LA, there are wild people and it's more violent sometimes, but again, people seem to have more charm and more like liveliness and happier. It's like people around here aren't that happy. And they kind of confront you on you being, what are you so happy for? Like, man, what the fuck? These aggressive little people. See, in LA, to be that aggressive, you got to back it up. You know, people are looking for, you know, around here, I guess people just don't, they think they can do it. It's just like, maybe they do get dealt with, but you would think that, I don't know. But people are people. And so, yeah, a lot of things coming as far as like, there's going to be a move. I'm moving from where I'm at. There's going to be better equipment. There's going to be more of what I do. I know I need to get out and about and start like, because I want to, believe it or not, I'm into like paranormal and cryptids and true crime and whatever the hell. And I want to like interview like some Bigfoot organization or uh, Dog Man Society, Ghost, you know, not to go out in the field with them, but just to like get their view on things and see what they're all about. Uh, and also relate with and communicate with more YouTubers. I love this little community that YouTube is. It is as bad as some of it is. It is awesome to be able to like connect with people and this, that, and the other. And I thought that I would be communicating with more YouTubers. I thought there'd be people around where I'm at because everybody's YouTubing. I haven't met another YouTuber or podcaster. I thought I would. No, I haven't. Um, haven't met anybody. This is the thing. I'm used to attracting more. Something's happened like this last year. It just seems like some of the stuff that I would just rely on as far as like all through my life, you do certain things, you set goals, you stick to them, you work hard, you're rewarded for certain things. I haven't been. That's the thing that's kind of scary. It's like, what's going on? Like, it's almost as if I did nothing, I'd have the same result. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I should have had more reward as far as like the hard work. I'm not. Maybe it's coming, hopefully, but anytime I've done anything creative, like with my bands, with my art, with my acting, with my writing, with all this other stuff, even with my sales, like my guitar sales and car sales, whatever, you get like you work hard, you get rewarded. Man, late this past year, I've been for nothing. It's the first time in my life that it's been like this. Like, what in the hell is going on? Am I in some kind of weird twilight zone? So there's changes coming. There's got to be, because it's plateaued, and there's no way I could keep on going without these certain set rewards. Like, you work hard, you get this. Not just work hard for nothing. You know what I mean? And as far as my finances, I've wasted my savings living here because there aren't any jobs around here, and the jobs that are given to locals. I've been discriminated against from moving from California. Be like, California, that's a thing. Or being in the arts, like, oh, you don't know how to wear it. It's just like, are you kidding me? And I've had to take a couple jobs that, man, I would never take just to get by. I'm talking about buying dog food and just like, so again, support the channel, man. Matter of fact, my YouTubers, my following, whatever you call it, you're meeting me at one of the lowest points in my life. I didn't think that there'd be such a drastic change, like in my finances. Like, again, I'm used to attracting things. I'm a go-getter. I'm not like one of these people that just, and it's been brutal. It has been like, what in the hell? Just trying to, again, I thought I would attract more people, attract more things. Well, shit. It's been tough. And also losing my dog in October last year. I lost Mr. Simon. That was tough on me. I'm still kind of going through that, If you're a dog person like me, it's like, oh shit, and all the while doing my podcast every day. It doesn't matter. Some days you just don't want to, it's you're sick, you're hungover, you just don't feel like it. This, that, nope. Get up, shower, do it. And some are better than others. I know that. If you do it every day, it's tough to get and I have things written down that I want to do, and of course I'll get to them. But a lot of times I just like to riff. I just like to flow. And again, if I had more people behind it, and this is another thing, I haven't attracted anybody from behind the scenes. I mean, anything I've ever wanted to do, even people are like volunteering or helping out, whatever. This 9 months of YouTube, none of that. I mean, a few people, Lindsay, thank you, Lindsay. She made my hat and a t-shirt for me. And certain other people have made like images. Matter of fact, I've used one today and yesterday and a few days ago of Kid, who made it for me. Thank you, Kid. Um, but you would think I'm talking about more of a yeah, maybe there's just not where I'm at. There aren't anybody. That's what I'm thinking. Like, is there another YouTuber in this town? I don't know. I don't think so. Uh, or even in the state. Are there YouTubers in Illinois? I don't know. You would think. And then some of the stuff that actually YouTubers promoting or that are popular, well, I can't even watch. It is horrible. Now, granted, it just, anybody's cup of tea, but man, there's just literally people with awkward silences and this, that, and the other, and they're horrible, and they've got like a million followers. It's just like, well, maybe this isn't for me. Um, I no charm. They don't have any kind of. They argue and fight on their chat. This is another thing, man. I don't like my live chat going, and anything I watch, if people start going down that road of like anger and bitterness and nanny nanny boo boo, and I just click off. But it seems like that's what people like. I'll never do that. And I know there's certain things I could be doing to get more, but that's not what I'm gonna have to let this thing grow organically. I can't do something I'm not. I can't, like, I know that my true crime uh, episodes get the most views, but I'm not a true crime podcaster, and it's dark. It makes me feel kind of creepy. I don't like to dawn on certain like murderous shit. Uh, and people that do, man, I take my hat off to them. But it's and other true crime people have asked me to do things with them, and I might, in the future. But that's just not me. Granted, I want my podcast to be all over the place. Again, I have a cooking show with Scotty Beers. I do touch, true crime, and I don't do enough paranormal stuff that I'd like to. Um, and I like to put a little like funny twist on a lot of things. You can't really do that in true crime, you know. People they say, "What are you laughing at?" It's you know. So that's why I don't do it. Like the only true crime I really concentrate on it was the Delphi case, the Delphi murders, and there's too many cooks in the kitchen with that. There's dedicated, and they're good, And I watch them. I don't watch as much as I used to, um, but yeah, I want it to be like a show, so I can do whatever I want to do. I don't want it to be like box myself in with one kind of thing. That I couldn't do that. So again, congratulations to me, 250th episode. What? See, we thought he'd never do it. Well, I did. Success. Here's to 250 more. Comment below. What do you want to see? Think of something funny to talk about. Maybe I'll riff on it. Who knows? Again, please like, share, and subscribe. That's the best way to support me is to like, share, and subscribe. Share my podcast, whatever, on Facebook. I don't even know. Instagram, Twitter, who knows? Because I'm not on any. I've never tweeted. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not one of the TikToker. None of that. If I do, I'd probably have somebody help me do it. I don't know. Shit. This is what I do. This is what I'm good at. So that's what I try to just stick with what it isn't about being lazy. It's just that I'm not, I'm a realist. I know. So again, yeah, like, share, and subscribe. If you do want to support the channel, what you do, it's in the information's in the description for Cash App or Zelle. I'd appreciate it. And here's for 250 more, man. Yeah. And I do this every day. So I'll be back tomorrow with the 251st episode. Sorry about the lighting. Again, I need support. But I love y'all. Be blessed. Cheers.